who you like out of Lil Kim and Eve?
You know, I only fuck with Eve because that one song that I know of. Scorpion or not the but without Gwen Stefani. Yeah, that's a badass song. But Lil Kim, I like her too. Though I think I like.
Remember the Lil Kim poster? I think it was the hardcore album where she was squatting. Remember that? Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
She's showing the monkey.
Then Nicki Minaj reenacted that picture, didn't she?
Oh, with
Didn't she?
I think she did.
It was Mando to see that. It was mandatory.
Man.
Who would you rather have seen, Lil Kim or Nicki? I think I like Nicki's picture better.
I like Nicki's better.
Am I wrong for that? I mean,
gotta
Nicki.
see Nicki
I mean,
again.
she the queen.
I gotta see Nicki's again, but I know Kim, so like y'all know Nicki's, I know Kim. So
I was gonna say, actually, whenever I saw Eve or Lil Kim, I immediately thought of the Queen, Missy Elliott. Do y'all fuck with
in a
Missy
picture
Elliott?
like that.
No.
I mean, some people would enjoy that. Some people would enjoy that.
I thought y'all talking about.
I'm gonna say put one of them, one of the raps on your thighs or something.
I ain't mad at you.
I mean,
Right. I feel you. Shout out to Missy. So yeah.
Nah,
That's funny.
I immediately thought, because I really like Missy Elliott's music. I think she's
Right. She's cool.
Yeah,
Missy was
It
fine.
sounds good, but she ain't talking about shit.
She was cool.
Hey, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it just got to be a party song. You just gotta start moving.
That's the type of artist you would be, huh? Like Missy was, a party artist, huh?
Yeah, why not?
Is it worth it? Let me work it.
Yeah, you can party.
down,
Flip it in reverse shit.
Party artist,
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that. You can get the party started. Will Smith, Jiggy Witty type motherfucker.
Hey, yeah, what's wrong?
And then Will Smith was nice though.
Yeah,
He was the first Prince before that. You know what I'm saying?
I was watching
First
Aladdin.
Prince.
He was getting off in the theme song.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Is Aladdin good?
That's the banger right there.
Shut up, the new one?
Yeah, that's a banger.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Alright, we gonna watch it.
Yeah.
Aladdin.
I fell asleep.
Oh, Aladdin.
I didn't watch it.
You didn't watch it?
Hey, if y'all in the camera, I mean,
I was
mango.
tired. I'm at work.
I ain't playing that. That's
Shout out to
that's
Aladdin
that
though.
right
You know what I'm
there.
saying? Will Smith. You know.
Yeah, Aladdin. Nah, I haven't seen that.
Alright, renew.
That's that movie.
Ain't he the genie?
Yeah, he's a genie. He's a blue guy.
That's cool.
Cause I was smacking his fuck on that mic. I heard myself and I was like, shit. It happened again super quiet. As soon as I started, I was like, oh, y'all scandalous. Y'all supposed to drown that shit out.
That could be one of your bugging. Man, you bugging when you let me sound check.
That is funny, bro. Y'all really was supposed to drown me out, bro. Y'all scandalous. Y'all all got silent. It was like, mwah.
I want to see. I want to hear
It
it.
wasn't just me.
You did that. You said it.
I didn't set it up, so I mean, you did it. So it went perfect, though.
That's fucking funny.
That's a you bugging.
I definitely did not try to do that. I was trying to make sure that y'all was loud when I was
Fuck,
doing
no,
it.
fuck.
That
I
shit,
wasn't trying to do it.
that shit was wet.
I was just happy that I got the last of them, so I was like, I'm fucking gonna enjoy these, and you know, then it was like,
Hey, so I'm eating these mangoes. They like these dry mangoes from Trader Joe's, bro. They fire, bro. They make them
Soft and juicy.
So-
Mango.
fire,
fire.
It's
Fire.
all natural. They all
Why they
natural.
fire? I think they good.
They all natural.
Yeah.
No, sir. All preservatives. 43 grams
So,
added
so
sugar.
he's getting the ingredients for you guys, so you guys can see.
Pasteurized.
Makes me want to go and
21 grams sugar.
Patriots is lit.
It's 9 grams added sugar.
9 grams. I'm eating about 16 grams of sugar over here.
Yeah. But isn't sugar from mangoes natural sugar? Isn't it different?
I don't know.
Yeah, it should be natural. Sugars.
I don't think this is. Oh no, this shit's fire though.
It looks good.
Just know
smells
it hit
good,
the
but I mean,
it hit the taste buds.
My mama, it get you right here and make your mouth all watery and shit like that.
So
Yeah,
that's only that the watermelon slices I just had.
You just lost some life off age off your life eating that processed shit. No, I'm just I got him eat. I got him to watch that movie, The Game Changers, bro.
Yeah, man, I can't eat red meat right now.
Red meat.
Yeah, I can't
And pork.
You can't do it right now.
No.
Can't even eat bacon right now.
Bacon? Why?
Just watch the movie for yourself.
Messed up
No,
at the
I
moment.
can't. Is it gonna be one of the ones where they just grab a fucking cow?
No,
No.
that's the whole thing.
Don't
No.
let them lie to you, man. It's that.
It's not that.
It's not that.
I already know I gotta
They-
stick with my boy.
It's not that. Actually, it's definitely not that.
It's the complete opposite. And well, for me, if it came to me like that, I don't like people trying to like trap me and give me ultimatums and shit. Like, don't try to make me. Don't come in with no biased ass opinion. You know what I mean? Like, and I think it was they gave a lot of, and for me, I think they gave a lot of facts. And on top of that, I ended up watching a movie called What the Hell, and that just validated everything that they basically said on the first one.
What was the worst thing they said about red meat? Now I'm just
So basically, red meat, it just causes cancer, bro. It's processed meat and red meat. It's one of the leading causes of cancer in America.
For me, it showed me two things. One, it showed me like one dude that his arteries was like really clogged.
I see. You see how they go?
And then hold on. And then the second picture,
Look.
it was clear. So that's just one, because that's one thing. The second is this: they tell you all the time, eat like an ox, right? Eat like an ox, right? The ox is big, right? When have you ever seen an ox eat some meat?
They don't eat meat.
When have you ever seen an ox eat some meat? Think about that one. Eat like an ox. Get big
I
like
still
this
eat
thing.
meat, just for all the people that eat meat out there. I still eat
I
meat.
eat meat too. He eat meat too. But we just try to cut back on the consumption of meat.
Right.
No, it's not like an everyday thing, but to me, it's like, a big steak, a nice medium rare burger.
I used
Cheeseburger.
to like my burgers a little big. I ain't gonna lie.
Dude, they're so good. Fuck. I mean, I know it's all bad. Like, I know, like, I get it. I get
So
it.
why would you do it if you know it's all
I just gotta
bad?
be all done.
If you know,
I'll
if you
shave
know,
off a couple. I'll shave off a couple.
if you know better, you gotta do better.
Well, if
Yeah,
you know it's
but I
bad,
gotta-
why would you do it?
My satisfaction every time you just cut into that juicy steak and you take that bite.
What if they had plant-based shit that was just as good?
I'm not eating that clone shit.
I heard that was pretty bad, but I mean,
Clone.
it's probably gonna be like the clone stuff is
Bro, don't eat
added
that clone shit,
$70.
bro.
I can't afford it anyway.
No, fuck yeah, no,
man,
it's always like
y'all confusing me, man. There's clone meat out here.
it is.
But
good.
they passed a law. I think they passed a law a long time ago, basically saying that like you can now.
Y'all know what clone meat look like? I gotta.
We don't know, nigga. That's the point.
Wait, what?
You won't know. Like they passed a law that like
So
they
they could have been on any of them.
we can. I swear they've been using clone meat and shit like that. Like we gotta.
Oh, like
I used to work at Bon Appetit in.
I should tell you right now, okay?
Oh, shout out. Never mind.
I used to work at Bon Appetit over in Beaverton, and we used to get like bulk shit, and we used to get chickens with 2 heads and shit like that all the time. We used to get chickens with 2 heads. There was
another head right here in my head.
bro, yeah, there was
on
one chicken.
Yes.
I'm a mama.
So what y'all do?
All right, we had a supervisor named JT. He took a picture of it. If you ever listen to this, JT, post that shit. We took a pic. We used to get chickens with 2 heads.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
That's
I heard about meat glue. Have y'all heard about meat glue for like cheaper steaks and whatnot? They add like this, basically like this glue, and it just, I don't know how else to explain it. It just like holds the meat together, and it's fucking disgusting. You'll see it drip out.
What the fuck did you just meat glue?
Yeah, it's like a meat glue
Fuck, y'all just fucked me up.
for cheap like steaks and whatnot.
Bro, we're not playing about this shit. Like, hey, look, I was.
That's all I heard. I'm not sure.
So check this out. a side note.
I know I shouldn't have looked, but I knew I shouldn't have went to that.
Wait, what?
You should have. You know better. You gotta do better. All right, check this out.
This is your fault, bro.
Okay, what happened? What I do?
Bro,
He said it was fine.
you fucked around and you started talking about this fucking nice body dude, whatever
Lucius.
Lucius. I like that nigga name, bro.
This
Lucius.
motherfucking, this nigga talking about clone meat. I done looked up clone meat.
It's bad, bro. Don't be eating that shit.
Yeah,
Louis Farrakhan Nation been saying, don't touch that clone meat. They've been saying that for a
I
minute.
thought it was a
So wait, where do you like? How common is clone meat? Like, what do you?
I don't know. I don't know, but it is a thing.
Message.
I believe y'all, especially after seeing that.
Any rappers ever say something about clone meat before?
Rappers?
Yeah. Didn't Cat Williams make a joke about it? Y'all must be feeding your kids the retarded cow meat.
That was a joke.
Not.
I mean,
Where do you think he gets the jokes from?
No, I took it serious, but
A lot of those comedians are spitting facts.
Oh hell yeah, especially Dave Chappelle.
Is comedians rappers? Can they be rappers?
They could be.
I mean, I feel like anybody. I feel like anybody with that type of platform is like they.
Poetic.
Yeah, they rapping. They rhyming.
Kevin Hart at Chocolate Thunder, whatever his name was.
Nah, Chocolate Thunder don't count. He gotta go.
No, whatever the fuck.
Chocolate Drop.
That wasn't Chocolate Drop. Super.
Hey, it was like, hey, he rapping for the dark niggas, bro. Hey, I'm right there with y'all though. I'm in there, right? Yeah, I'm in there. I'm in there, bro. I'm in there.
Y'all look good on camera.
Who said you were light skinned?
I got my Michael Black stuff.
Nah, we all in the dark skin community. I fuck with it. I like it.
Today I am. I'm darker than I was when you said I was light skinned.
Hey, so I was over here and me and Breeze, me at work, just politicking and talking and shit like that. And one of the episodes we had did this thing where we had shared a pet peeve. So I was just in Brentland, nigga, and I was thinking of a name for the episode. I mean, for that segment, and it's called. I came up with the name. Man, you bugging.
Bugging.
So this is a segment where we're gonna all go around and say like one of your pet peeves, and after they say it, we're gonna say, "Man, you bugging." All right.
Okay.
Breeze, since you started this out, you go ahead and you start this one off.
I check this. I mean, man, I got a pet peeve, man. I hate when like, say you like tell somebody, you know, say you gonna call them back or whatever it is. They text you, you know what I'm saying? You're like, hey man, I'm gonna hit you back, and then they call you, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever you do, they just keep constantly like egging you on, like trying to get your attention or whatever. When you constantly telling them, hey man, I'm gonna holler back at you and stuff, man. So that's when I be like, man, you bugging. I feel that.
Okay, I feel that.
That go for any man, you know what I'm saying? Your partner, your girl, you know what I'm saying? Whoever, you know. I feel that. You know?
All right, so the way I thought for that one's gonna go is gonna go like, man, I hate it when people. I hate it when people call my phone. You tell them you're gonna call me back, and they won't leave me alone. And then we was gonna go, man, you bugging, and then you was gonna rap about it.
Yeah, stick to the script,
motherfucker. No, I'm just saying we can do it however.
Man, you.
Man, hey. Ready?
Man, you.
Alright, go ahead, Ford.
What's your pet peeve, though, man? What's your pet peeve?
Mine?
Yeah, what's your pet peeve?
Oh, and keeping it in the realm of hip hop and rap, I fucking get annoyed when people say,
it can be
rap.
anything.
Oh, well, this one just came up. When people say rap or hip hop is ghetto,
man, you bugging.
that fucking irks me. They like people just think they hear just one sound, and then they're always just like, that's some ghetto shit. That's some you in the hood, and just it fucking irritates me.
Just off like any song you talking about? Like,
It could be any song, and they'll just like, oh, it's nothing. It means
ghetto.
nothing. It's just ghetto. It's not. That's not what good music is.
I don't know.
You know, most black people have created almost every genre of music there is, right?
I heard about like the rock and blues and whatnot, and R&B
And rap, and rock and roll.
Yeah, rock and roll.
And we did disco.
Yeah, I see that.
So I mean, like, without black people, there would be no music, and I'm sure rap came from a genre of music that was already like developed. You know what I mean? They took something, and because black people are innovators, we made it into something dope. Nigga, we evolved that shit. So I mean, I think rap is like an evolved of like James Brown, and like
So
I think so. I could be wrong, bro.
wasn't he more like yelling or something?
I mean,
Say it loud! Yeah. No, they all play. All the mistresses, bro.
I can see some like maybe some R&B because they have a little rhyme in it, you know, the rhythm.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But what about you, Foreign? Pet peeve.
Man, a pet peeve, man. Pet peeve. Why are you driving so slow? I mean,
Man, you bugging.
that gotta be right there. This is a person who drives super slow.
People who drive the
Are you talking about people you with?
Yeah, you in the car with
Either
them.
way, if you're in a car with you and you just bugging on the, you driving super slow, or I'm behind you in a car and I'm trying to get to a destination and you just driving under the speed limit, it drives me nuts.
Yeah,
It drives me nuts.
I feel that.
I get annoyed when people drive the speed limit and obey the rules. I like when I can just speed across the room. Why not?
Why you say it like that? You make it sound like you
I don't like when
to.
people are going a speed limit. I'm usually going like 10 over. So
Like, it make you look like you driving too fast, but you're really not.
no.
They're really going that slow.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, it's like, why? If you really that scared, you shouldn't be driving because it's you motherfuckers that be making accidents happen.
Wait, what do you mean?
Well, I think they shouldn't be in the left lane if they're gonna be driving. That's what the problem normally is. It's, you're really not tripping them if they're in the right lane because you can get around them. But if they're in the left lane, that's when the issue for me is when they be driving slow. If I'm behind them.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm behind them, if I'm driving.
So the only reason I say that is because I feel like the people that drive, or I feel like I feel like the people that drive extremely slow are like kind of scared and paranoid. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So like when they drive, they're like hesitant. They're like you're thinking they're gonna do this, but they're trying to avoid you, and they get all hesitant, and then boom, an accident happens. And I'm saying that because there's this place called the Autobahn, and it's like there's no speed limit whatsoever. And then
Where's it at?
I think it's in Europe.
Yeah,
Okay.
somewhere.
I think it's in Europe somewhere, and there's no speed limit at all. And the amount of accidents that happens,
Pretty low, right?
I think it's way lower than like places with like
Your
speed
speed
lights and speed limits and shit like that. So I don't know. I don't know shit. I'm not saying that's a fact, but I think the people that are super scared and drive super slow are the people that are causing most of the accidents, and not the people driving fast.
So they be going.
I'm not talking about people running red lights and cutting people off and all that extra shit. I'm just specifically speaking about driving fast because we were talking about. He was saying slow, right?
You driving slow.
And I think those is the motherfuckers that be fucking shit up, bro.
Fucking all type of shit.
I think so. Those are the motherfuckers. In my opinion, I don't know shit though.
Then you don't let nobody over to get around you and all the extra shit, so you just jamming cars up and creating traffic and shit.
What about you? What's your pet peeve?
I don't know, bro. I got lots of pet peeves.
I
I get annoyed. Like I'm honestly not a people. I love people, but I dislike them at the same time. I like people that are like willing to grow and have open-minded to different things, but people that are just like stuck in their ways, it kind of annoys me. I guess that's a pet peeve of me. People that are stuck in their ways, not willing to grow. That Man, you bugging. sorry.
I was like,
So people, because it's like for me, I always try to step out of my comfort zone and try to grow. At my job that I have now, I used to do will calls there. Man, I fucking hated that shit, bro. No lie, you can ask these two. They used to call my name like I don't know, bro. It was a lot. Like I literally the only time I had to myself was my 15 minutes breaks and my lunch. As soon as I hit the door, Brent Dixon to the front, 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 and it was like I almost like I hated it, but it was like I stayed there because I was even telling Mike and I was telling people I was like I like to live in my like to be uncomfortable.
Right.
I like to step out of my comfort zone, and it's like for me at the least I'm gonna grow and I'm gonna learn a new skill.
Right.
Like I can already have like people skills, customer service skills. I was dealing directly with the customers that came into the warehouse to pick up late orders or super small orders that weren't big enough to go on the trucks, and they would come in and I would deal with those people, go get their orders, load them up and stuff like that. That was my job. And everybody used to tell me they could tell that I didn't like it, but it was like I still did it. And I feel like me living in that uncomfortability, people noticed it and it helped me get promoted. I feel like people that have been at that job have been there for a while and like they hadn't got promoted and they hadn't got moved to day shift. I haven't been there that long and I'm on day shift and I've gotten promoted. So for me, it's like I've kind of adapted these rules that I've kind of lived by, and a lot of the things that I say aren't just shit that I've read in books, but it's actually shit that I've actually like physically done, and it's like my life experience. Because it's like I feel like if I've already been through something and I can prevent somebody else from having to go through it, it's like why not share that little bit of knowledge? It's like
the testimony.
I wish I had somebody there that would tell me when somebody would tell me something, but like don't do it, and be like why? It's like nigga, because I told you to. Like there was no like, you know what I mean? But for me, it's like I've been through some shit, so it's like if I can go through this, so y'all ain't gotta do it, then I'm gonna do that.
Right.
So, but people that are just stuck in their ways and just want to do the same old shit that we've been doing since high school.
What they call it, content and shit?
Yeah, bro. Like I don't want to just hang out and get fucked up and shit like that. Like, bro, like that's so
bro.
that's so whack, bro. Like I got shit to fucking do, bro. Like I like to have shit. Like I got liquor, I got tree, I got whatever I want. I can do whatever I want to.
Right.
But I don't like to just do nothing, bro. I don't like to waste my life away. That's all right.
They be like, hold on, let me get the keys to my baby mama.
Yeah, bro. Like, bro,
right,
come on.
Pick up another one. Check this out. Hey, don't lock the door. I'll be back. Damn, that's fun.
That's that shit.
not to talk down to the dudes who we work with, but it definitely working there definitely opened my eyes to see what I don't want to be. Because a lot of these guys are content, and a lot of these guys don't strive to better themselves.
That's so funny because I was thinking about that.
And
because somebody there was like, they were like, something. I've been there this long, and it's like, is that a good thing?
Mm-hmm.
I remember what you're talking about because
Don't.
No,
Yeah.
I know. I'm definitely. This just opens my eyes to see this is what a reality could be. And no, if people are content, that's what they want to be. That's fine. But I mean,
I'm sure the people that are content got a nice little income coming in from there. The people that have been there long,
they don't want to challenge themselves though.
I'm not sure. I don't know, and I'm not.
We don't know. We don't know.
I don't know. I don't know nobody's pockets, and I don't try
That's
to.
one thing we do.
I don't try to count nobody's pockets, but for me, I would think you would have to be able.
You would have to.
You would, if you're gonna stay somewhere, you would have to be able to like Pay your bills, be happy.
Like this could be like, this is like, oh man, she good, you know what I'm saying? We good. This, I'm good with, you know what I'm saying? That's what I contribute type shit, you know?
When I quit my job, when I was traveling and I was making decent money, I quit that job, bro. Because for me, it was like I knew I could get more, you know what I mean? So it was like, fuck that noise. Y'all not gonna treat me a certain way because you think I need this job, bro. And I found a job and I ended up getting $2 more than what I was making. So for me, it was like, I don't care. Like, you can keep this. You can keep it.
I remember one day you told me that don't stay at a job where you feel replaceable.
Right.
And I was that stuck with me. I learned that from you.
Bobby quote facts. Message.
But yeah, there are some people that I do see that do have potential, want to strive more. I see y'all.
Yeah.
I see y'all, you know, getting promoted and whatnot. But yeah, some of the other dudes there, they're nice. I like them, but it's just that's not what I want to do. Or that's not what I want.
You know, I was kind of nervous, and I was thinking. I was kind of nervous, and I was thinking because I was starting to read this book called The 48 Laws of Power, and one of the things it says is like never tell your master your plan or some shit like that. And never tell the boss it's like never tell the boss what your true intentions are, and like never show them. Like always, almost it's like play the fool to catch the fool, but never be the fool. It's like you gotta always like make people think like there's niggas that walk around that you might think is stupid, but these niggas might know everything, you know what I mean? So for me, it was like a law to being like a leader, being like a master, being like a overruler, like to control shit. You're never supposed to show like the people above you your true intentions. I usually put that shit through the table, and I didn't put it through the table this time. Ooh.
Stepping on my own court too.
Yeah. So it was kind of nice when I ended up telling the people, the manager at this job, kind of like what I've been working on, and my suit. They actually been like super supportive, and that was kind of nice for me. I actually like our job, bro. Like some of the people there, like it make like.
Some of the dudes there make me want to have a gun to my fucking head, but
your head or their head?
My head.
Oh.
My head. They torture me every fucking day.
I don't know if I want to kill myself or somebody else's bullshit.
No. But I mean, my job is easy. It's tedious. It's boring, and I get good money for what I'm doing and for my age and whatnot. I'm not complaining about that at all. It's just my thought on this is that this is just a job. This is not my career. Just going through the bullshit and waiting until I progress more. So, but, yeah, that's all it is.
See, I always try to do like different soul searching and shit like that, and I have this issue with wanting to get even and get revenge and shit like that, and so I always want to make sure you respect me and shit, and I think that's where a lot of my anger problem used to come from, because I felt like everybody had to respect me, and if you wasn't, I was gonna make sure you know you gonna respect me type shit.
Wait, so how do you get? What do you mean revenge?
Revenge is like you hit me, I'm gonna hit you back. You cut me off, I'm gonna cut you off.
Oh, okay.
Like
I
petty shit, nigga.
Okay.
So for me, it's like I think that's where a lot of my anger came from, and especially at jobs, because I felt like I was treated different at a lot of the jobs that I was at, and so I've realized that, especially at this one, like it's decent. The people is cool, so I need to not let my own self get in the way of my progression and kind of use this as the stepping stone to developing already what I'm doing now. You know what I mean? So basically what you're saying, like this isn't my career, this is just a job, and I need to kind of get over the fact that I know there's going to be stupid motherfuckers in the world that are going to try you, and you just got to not let them get the best of you. That shit's way easier said than done.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's like, yeah, a lot of people there. I mean, they also say some stupid fucking shit to you, and I mean, yeah, personally, I don't let it, get to me. I don't take it personal. It's just a job. That's who they are. whatever. But yeah, nothing from the heart. Not even to the bosses. Sometimes they'll say something that's kind of out of line. That's not even respecting me. It's just more they're saying something out of line.
Like an example, give an example. Just throw one off the wall.
So in my area, I'm very understaffed, and they expect a lot. And whenever I try to reason with them, like we're trying our best, but I can only do so much because I have other side tasks I got to complete. They'll just kind of like, well, you'll figure it out. They don't toss me a bone or when
no help for that. Too.
No, when I request for a few things, they'll be like, hey, that's a good idea. We'll get back to you on that. Stupid motherfucker. I'm all there jumping up and down, being all giddy and shit, thinking I'm gonna get some help, but weeks later, months later, nothing.
That was kind of how it was for me at Will Calls, honestly, because right after I got moved to my new position, Supervisor Mike comes up to me and goes, Brent, you did a lot when you were at Will Calls. And I was like, oh, you think? And it wasn't until I left where he was asking people to do, hey, can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? And it was like, no. Do you realize how much you're asking me to do? But for me, I've never had the option to say no. Ever. It was like, if I said no, it was always a problem, no matter what job I've had. So for me, I've always made shit happen. I didn't matter. So you know what I mean? So for me, it was like I would take that shit and just do it. Because at the end of the day, it was like they was either going to make me do that or they was going to go put me on janitor work or some shit like that. You know what I mean? So for me, it was like I always just kind of just took it. And after a while, I think that was my issue. After a while, I'd be feeling disrespected. Like, nigga, like for instance, I was like at the same job. I was over at Bon Appetit and I was working at Intel in the cafeteria. And everybody had like certain tasks they had to do on top of running their stations. One of my things is like I had to make the mix for breakfast burritos in the morning. So I had to do eggs, onions, potatoes, blah blah blah. Like I had to cut all that up. Then I had to cut out the sausage and
you have to cut it up yourself.
Yeah. So I would have to do that, and then somebody else would have to do something else. Somebody else would have to do something else, right? And so for me, what I would do is I wouldn't wait till the end of the day to do it. As I'm slow during my shift, serving my lunch or whatever, I be chopping my shit up. So by the time I'm done, like nigga, I'm done and I'm ready to go.
Right, this your side.
Right.
This on your side. Right, you do your
bro, right, efficient, baby. Let's get this shit going. One day, one of the managers, I think his name was Joe, comes up to me and was like, hey, can you do this? Which was the dude that was working pizza station's job.
Okay.
And at first, if you ask most of my managers, anything they ask me to do, I'm usually always for it. But he came and asked me to do it, and I was like, why? He was like, oh, I'm just kind of asking you to do it, and blah, blah, blah. I was like, you see old boy that's supposed to be doing standing there, and he's talking right now, right? He's literally not doing anything. But you're going to ask me to do his shit? And it became a habit, you know what I mean? And it was always like, I was like the grunt boy. Because motherfuckers knew I would make shit happen, I always got tossed all the bullshit. No one else had to live up to their potential, you know what I mean? I always got thrown the shit. It was like, they wanted me to pick up everybody's slack, but when they want to pay me the same as everybody else. Like for me, if you depended on me to kind of hold the team together, I don't need a title, nigga, but I need some money. Pay me what I'm worth. Fuck that noise. And I think like for me, like I told you, bro, like if you really don't like something, bro, don't fucking do that shit, bro. Fuck that. Like don't ever be miserable for $1. I don't give a fuck how much it is. I mean, I've never been rich, so like who the fuck am I to say?
Yeah, I would say.
No,
I would like some sewer manure or some shit for like $75 an hour or some shit, shit like that.
No, but I'm saying like that's not miserable, nigga. You gonna be caked up off of that $75 an hour, $40 hours a week, bro. Would you go on a sewer for $75 an hour?
An hour.
Yes, sir.
And it's a 40-hour week.
Bro, 40-hour week, maybe potential OT.
Yes.
Maybe potential
Nigga,
75 an hour.
Nigga, give me my scuba gear, bro.
Nah, bro.
I went out and bought my own scuba gear. I got my name on my shit. I'm like,
75 an hour, buddy. And then potential for like raise and all that, you not maxed out, bro. And then you got benefits. Our mama and everything that shit would probably be union, so it'd be almost impossible to get fired. You got benefits, guarantee raises every year.
That's what you wanna do, nigga, but it depends on nigga what your capabilities are and what you qualify for. That's still in the air. If that's the job that you gotta choose, then alright.
But what if that was because you have to? I think that would be a part of plumbing though. What if you would have to go get certified and shit like that? Like plumbing.
You're not choosing that job, nigga.
Plumbing.
They choosing you. You're not choosing that job, nigga. They choosing you on that.
You just said pay you.
Nigga, you ain't gonna find no job in their classified. They say, hey, 75 an hour. Come join. They gonna find you, nigga. You're not gonna find them. They gonna find you.
Or it could be a part, like I said, because it's union. Because journeymen and all those boys, they make good money, bro.
Yeah, they make great money. But I don't think they hitting 75 an hour. That was probably an outrageous number.
No. I think it's like 45, 50,
Let me drop it to 35.
I think it's like journeymen in them. Like
no, I'm saying,
foremen.
I said, let me drop it from 75 to 35.
I think foremans might make close to 75 an hour.
I'm gonna
Foremans?
say 45.
Like journeymans and foremen? Not journeymen.
I'm gonna say 45.
What about longshoremen?
There. I don't know.
Longshoremen, I don't know either. We speculating. This is Brent World. Brentland.
But 35, that's not bad at all for me.
To go in a sewer?
To go in a sewer for $35? At my age right now? Fuck. Oh. I'll do it. Overtime? Oh, please. Please. I'll be swimming in fucking buckets of money. I'll stink like shit, sure. But all this fucking money will compensate.
You think?
I will do that for
When
money.
he said,
If
when
I got the
he
protection
said
gear, I got the protection gear, I got all the gas mask, I'm not smelling it. I got
They
everything
gotta
protected.
give you PPE for it.
Yeah, so I mean,
Ain't no way around it. They gotta give you PPE.
I don't know, bro.
they give me everything else, the
They
benefits,
have
the
to
OT.
give you PPE for
Oh,
that.
please.
There's no way that they would see you in there 40. You have to have the PPE for that.
So y'all staying there for 10 years plus.
At that
Yeah,
place,
for that money?
For that money.
35?
Right now? Oh,
I mean,
hell
you start
yeah.
out 35, the highest you probably go.
Oh, y'all make
$140.
Yeah.
If someone just comes up to me, hey, young man, you want to make $75,000 fucking right now? Like, what do I got to do?
I'm
Just fucking jump right in. Just fucking put on this
I
gear.
wouldn't mind shit. I
unclog.
do right on too. But shit, I was just asking, would y'all do it 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line?
Nah, bro.
8 hours.
So that job that I was telling you about, where you would?
Yeah, the outfit is right here on tape right now. I'm in there, and then I would hear everybody like, "Nigga, I got this job. Nigga, I'm trying to come right down. Who they paying? Blah 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 blah." And then go sign up, go fill out the application, and go figure it out. After that point, but I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna be there for more than 5 years. I'm not.
People don't even need to know what you do. What do you do for life? I'm a union worker. I'm a transporter of goods. Something stupid, but
I think. Sorry, go ahead.
You about to put everybody on? You said you told you would come. Hey,
Yeah, putting up everybody else. As soon as I get the car, show
I
you how
don't
to.
want my friends working with me like that. Me personally,
I don't. Shit, that's what, I mean, it all depends on how. I mean, if you're going to work and you trying to be buddy at work, then that's what's up. But I don't know. At the end of the day, I would just. It's up to, like I said before, it's up to you when you get to work. If you get hired, you get hired. You get fired, you got fired.
I don't
It
want
is
to
what it
put
is.
myself on the line for nobody right now like that.
Except for getting people jobs. I would want to work with all my friends, but I just don't. I just don't know about people's work ethic.
Not like now I know you work. Like I know how you work. That's different. I know how you work. Yes, but if I like, hey bro, what you doing? Shit, really good. Trying to get a job. I can't fuck with you. You know what I mean? I can't fuck with you.
Okay.
But if you like you got a resume type shit,
Yeah, bro.
Let's see your qualifications. You know what I'm saying? Damn.
Our job hiring. I mean, like, I just don't know nobody that really, like, for me, like, I work like I do. So for me, it's like I just don't want nobody that's, because I would get on my friends. You know what I mean? Like, nigga, why the fuck ain't you working? Like,
Yeah,
and I was telling Breeze the other day, like, I'm scared to like start my business because it's like the way I work and the way other people work is different, bro. Like, I'm up every day at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. Up, bro.
You gotta find those people just with that same mindset. The people at work that you're not gonna see that.
No.
Fuck no. That's some, but not majority of them. Like I said, they're cool, but they're not the ones who are gonna be waking up at 6, writing down their whole plan, doing everything that they want to do. They're content. They just want.
You might get them coming because they are content. You might get them, but that's all you're gonna get from them. Though, is the bare minimum of the eight escape is what you're gonna get from them. Like because they are content on coming to work, so you're gonna get work from them, but you're just gonna get the bare minimum.
You're not gonna get their full potential.
You're not gonna get their full potential. So if you want 140 cases, they're gonna give you 140 cases type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what they're gonna give you. So
for me, it's like I want to, like, I'm always looking to try to do something. Like, and I like the position that I got into because I wanted to kind of learn the business parts of stuff so that I can kind of use that for my own, running my own business, you know? Mm-hmm. So right now I'm kind of learning, like, the inventory sides of things, like, and that's something that I can translate into my own business. So, like, for me, picking and putting away and receiving it, I would get over. I would just get so tired of that. If that was what I had to do every day, all day, I would get burnt out. I would become a zombie. I would just be going through the emotions. I'd be miserable. Like, it's not something I can see myself doing. So I'm glad I got in the position I got into.
Good.
I don't think we're gonna do the Say What segment. We're already an hour and a half in. Let's go ahead and go back over to the melting part of this podcast. So the melting part of the podcast is kind of where we go over a topic in pop culture and social media, and kind of rap about it, give our opinions and different things like that. There's two different ones, but I really wanted to go over the Meek Mill one. So, Wifey, are you going to? So one of them. So we had two different ones. One was about Snoop Dogg and him voting for the first time in a long time because he wants to get Donald Trump out of office, and the other one was about Meek Mill that I feel like. At least me, Ford, and Breeze can kind of relate a little bit more to and have more of a topic of conversation. I don't think we really give two fucks too much really about voting that much. I mean, we probably should, but we don't. So, go ahead, love.
Alright, so a couple of days ago, Meek Mill posted on Twitter, I've never believed in the American system. I dropped out of school in the 10th grade and made millions at 22. The way they broke things down to me didn't really fit my life as a black kid from poverty. So I took the risk of chasing my own dreams, not the American dream. Not saying you shouldn't go to school, because if anything, that was slowing me down. It was the lack of education. When I got caught in the system, I knew I was behind and had to educate myself.
What do y'all feel about that?
Isn't the American dream success?
The American, I think, I don't. As a black man, I don't really know what the American dream is, to be honest.
right, that's what is the American dream?
I don't know.
I always thought in general it's just success.
Like, for me, success doesn't mean that's not having money or being rich or being stable doesn't guarantee that my life is valued. So for me, I've never looked at anything as like the American dream, if that makes any sense. For me, the American dream is like Christians land flowing on milk and honey. It's something that don't really exist in my life, in my world. It just don't.
Now, to me, for me at least, I don't know. The American dream is just basic stuff. Be who you are. If you're happy, that's what it's really all about. But as well as success, but success with just from you, from your life, from money. It's just a broad. It's just broad to me.
For me, if you can't enjoy the American dream, what's it worth having?
If you can't enjoy the American dream,
Yeah.
then that isn't the American dream. You haven't achieved it. If you're not enjoying yourself
That's what
right
I'm
now,
saying.
you haven't reached.
That's a good point.
You haven't reached your.
You ain't reached it. You can't.
I don't think that's what I'm saying. I don't think that's reachable for me in my reality, being an American in America as a black man. I don't feel like any level of success, anything that I can achieve is gonna like
put you not above, but
for me, American dream is somewhere I can go, accomplish these goals, live happily ever after in this beautiful place, right?
without the harassment,
without the bullshit, right? I mean, for me, I shouldn't have to factor in the fact of having to think about somebody treating me different because I look a certain way in my American dream. Like for me, it's the overall picture. It's not just for me. The American dream isn't just having money. I thought the American dream was like a place where everybody was like blended and mixed and like because there's like I've said in other podcasts, there's no one person indigenous to this land, not even Native Americans, is what I was told or what I've read. So for me, this isn't like anyone's land. So this is the place where everybody should be able to come, make money, and live with your family and just live the way that God intended it to be. But for me, when I think about the American dream, when you say American, like I'm not saying just a dreamland, but it's just an American dream. It doesn't. I don't know. For me, I would agree kind of more with Meek Mill, but at this point in my life, I'm thinking more. I want to kind of go back to school.
That is one thing Meek Mill says. When Meek Mill says, not saying you shouldn't go to school because if anything, that was slowing me down. It was a lack of education. When I got caught in the system, I knew I was behind and had to educate myself. I like that. But, yeah, there is a pressure of, like, you need to go to college and you need to get, like, this education and whatnot that I don't agree on. I don't want to go to college.
I mean, you don't have to go to college, but it's
an option.
It's an option, and if you have that route, I think you should really take it.
You got so many books and shit, so many useful resources you can get your hands on besides that a degree.
Right.
Yeah. For me, it's not the degree. For me, it would be the whole experience, going around and being surrounded around people with like-minded that just want are here. Not saying that everyone goes to college is there to learn, but if I just feel like to be able to go and surround myself with like-minded people, the people that want to think, and it's like I would be able to speak with them, work with them, bounce ideas off of them, like talk about crazy, weird, like Greek gods and shit. I don't know. For me, it's like I like learning. I like being able to talk. That's why I made a podcast that was supposed to be about learning. We were supposed to do a hip hop episode today. We talked about hip hop, but it's not really going the way I thought it was. It's still cool, but for me, like I would go back to school because I want to be able to have somebody teach me directly about a subject, break it down, and then I can kind of go off and figure out where I want to like to direct my like knowledge, like what else I want to learn.
Right.
Because for me, like I got into the stock market. I had somebody kind of explain the basics of it to me, and now that I know the basics, I can kind of go learn more in whatever avenue I want. But it was just the bare minimum I needed. And so for me, if I can do that to me, to like get all the knowledge I need to know about running my business, I want to get into botany. I think it is plants and stuff like that.
Like
growing plants.
Okay.
I want to get into like agriculture, growing, planting. I want to get into business, and I want to get into media and taking pictures and stuff like that. And if I can get into that, I can develop my business and I can do it so that my kids don't have to. My kids can do whatever the fuck they want. They can travel the world and read those books that you talking about that are here. You know what I mean? But I don't really know how to guide my kids to what books would they read. I don't fucking know. And I feel like I don't really have the time to really sit down and try to like dissect and analyze the subjects the way I want to. Does that make any sense? I'm not saying you have to agree, but does that have some type of rationale?
You kind of lost me a bit, I think, but
Okay.
I think it's more of just like I feel a little spaced out.
That's the word.
Yeah, I think it's taking me back to Mars and taking me back to you, but I don't know. The points I did get. But
Basically, I was just saying that
Kids.
I want to go to school so that I can learn.
Oh, better your kids' future, so they have
not
it
necessarily for
relatively-
them, but I like it, and then I can kind of get an understanding so that I can then teach them. Like I don't really know what direction would I go to try to teach them so they wouldn't have to go to school. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Because he was saying that there's books out there to kind of learn.
Yeah.
And
You know what I'm saying? It's just like books and resources, like there's other resources.
You're absolutely
besides the degree on the wall. The degree on the wall certify you, but the resources that's in college for people that don't think college is good and college is this and that, they take this away from you. There's other ways
to get that same knowledge.
to get
Okay,
that knowledge.
yeah.
And
Absolutely.
There's other things in college that's accessible that's not accessible to you in the real world.
Absolutely. I agree with that
Yeah.
statement 100%. And that's for me that's why I think I want to go back to school for the second part. There's things that I feel like you can kind of network and be close to and to touch than not being a part of that. You know what I mean?
So,
Yeah.
So different. So the college realm gives you a different networking than just
Being on Instagram,
just-
trying to reach out to
yeah,
certain
person.
people, watching people's videos and stuff like that. Like it gives you a more hands-on experience.
Like,
For me.
more intimate.
And for me, I like to learn. Like I can sit and watch documentaries on Netflix all day long. But if I can go sit in a class where have somebody teaching me that, like right to my face, and then I'm surrounded by people in a whole class that I can sit here and like talk about shit with, like you guys.
Yeah.
Like I would get off on that, bro. Like I would completely geek out on some shit like that.
Whoa.
Well,
Get off on that. I don't know what you mean.
I mean, I like the knowledge and shit, and you know what I'm saying, the learning and shit. But I'm not gonna get off though.
oh, come on, man. Like, you guys know what I mean.
My dick would get Who am I kidding? Why not?
Okay.
What about y'all, man? What's your opinion on this? What about you, Aaron? No offense, Vic, but I want to talk to the black people first.
Sure.
Smoke up.
Shit, it is what it is. Shit, I agree with him. Shit, it's
Me and Leonard?
it's not that serious in
Yeah.
the communities. So
It's not that serious to you for what?
it's not that serious in our community.
What, school?
Education, because it's not making no money in the communities that we in. But when you go to jail and you need to write letters and you're the only lawyer and the rest of that, and you're uneducated and you don't know where to find the material to start to look, then yeah, you gotta be educated. So I agree with him, yeah, but I also agree with what you said before. But we are basically saying like, we should also go to college.
I definitely was thinking about going to college.
Hey,
Hopefully I get this house, and after I get this house, hopefully I'm gonna go apply for school.
all right, yeah, I ain't looking to go to college now.
I definitely am. I'm hoping to get in there soon so that I can.
college
Where do you want to study?
I just said it. I want to get in there. I want to learn. I want to learn. I want to botany. I think it is like plants and shit. Like a Redman and How High. Botany, like plants and
Like understanding like actual
ants and the science of them and shit like that.
Okay.
How to grow food.
Yeah, be in greenhouses and shit.
Yeah, I want to get. Eventually, I want to have my own land. I want to be able to grow my own food. I want to grow my own crops.
I don't want to right.
I don't. Yeah, with the white. Yeah, sir. I think that's what it's called. So yeah, I want to do that so I can learn how to grow my own food, and I also want to get into like business because I want to run my own business. So if I can learn some like business facts, economics, I would like to take an economics class, but I also want to get into like digital media, like cameras and learning how to like edit movies and do all that stuff because we're kind of just winging it. So if I can go to school, pay for that, and then I can teach my kids that, so they don't have to go pay for what I just paid for, and I can develop a business so they can take over. And it's like I just paid for not just my school, but everybody else's school.
But what happens if your kids when they grow up and they don't want to do what you do?
They can choose to be whatever the fuck they want because I put them in that position.
But he offering the family business though, handing down to him.
Most people with kids, they kids want to be just like them. Like I'm not saying that there's not individuals, people hate their fucking parents, but I'm saying like I don't know, my kids, my baby mom might talk so much shit. My kids might not want to be like me, but like. Most kids want to be like their parents. So for me, I think it would be easy for me to like, hey son, do you want dad's business? I think my kids would definitely like my kids is. I told them that I was gonna start buying them stocks every year for their birthday, and they're like all about it. They're like, what is that? I was like, it's a little piece of a company. And I was like, can I get Apple? Can I get iPhone? And I was like, Apple? Yeah, you can get Apple.
That's fine.
So, like, just now they'll be 8 in a couple of days actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take this.
Right, exactly. So like I think it would be kind of easy for me to kind of pass but if they didn't want to, I think I'm gonna try to put myself in position so they can literally be wherever the fuck they choose to be.
Yeah, of course.
Only thing they are not going to be able to allow to do is be fuckboys on my money, on my dime. Nah, it's not happening. But as long as they doing something, I'm going to always be there to fucking get them whatever the fuck they need.
Hell yeah.
You're just not going to be able to do nothing. You're not going to be no fuck nigga on my money. You go get your own money, you do whatever the fuck you want. I can't stop you. But
yeah, I agree to that. Yeah.
What about you? Breeze? Sorry. Yeah, damn, I got 3 times now.
You straight. Yeah, man. I have to say, if you got that route to go to school, take that, especially fresh from high school. You know what I'm saying? I say take that route. You know what I'm saying? If you can, you know.
Absolutely.
By all means, take that route. Like I went back to school myself, but. I'm saying take that route and go to school and learn something. You know, be whatever you want to be. Like you said, my motherfuckers wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Plants and shit like that.
Yeah, how many only 2 niggas I know who did that is you and Redman.
For me, it's like when I start
and that's a good thing though.
For me, when I start to really look at things, I want to be to a point where I don't have to depend on anybody for anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to be able to like. Say there's like a world disaster. I don't want to be fucked off because I can't go to the grocery store.
Or you got your own agriculture.
I'm going to be able to live off the land that I have. Like, I'm going to be able to, like, if I need to, hopefully I got a little bit of land. I cook me some snakes and some lizards or whatever the fuck I got on there. If I need to. But, maybe, I think we should kind of wrap it up, man. We've been going for almost 2 hours. What y'all think?
Yeah. My eyes is watering.
All right. Hey man, I appreciate y'all for coming out to another episode.
Hey,
sorry it didn't go the way that we expected it to.
Nah,
but thank you for being a part of the podcast and teaching us some shit about hip hop. Which y'all, I mean, we didn't learn much, but that's what the thing says. Vic, do you have an IG that people can possibly follow you guys at?
I think it's Dummy Loser. I forgot.
Yeah, it's at Dummy
Like at Dummy Loser.
At Dummy Loser. At some of these pictures, I'll tag him in some of the posts.
This is the blooper.
Don't forget, you can also follow us at our Instagram at IDK.shit.podcast. There you'll find our links and all of our streaming platforms, as well as our YouTube links to watch all the episodes. Also, if you're looking for fitness gear or supplements, click the link at the bottom. Click the link in the bio, FNX Fit, and enter IDK Shit Fit at checkout to get 15% off. They have creatine, pre-workout, CBD oil, workout recovery, and workout apparel. And it's dope. He's a witness. He done got some shit. So I appreciate y'all for coming out. This is your boy, Mr. HandCrafted.
Breeze, man. It's just like the wind.
Okay, sure, man.
And it's fixed.
Hey, and I'll see y'all next time.
All right, y'all.